6 days out for my first show in Dubai. Exciting. So the peak week started yesterday. This video I want to go over a little bit about the peak week. Also in regards of just a little update of how prep is going right now. And yeah, that is usually my favorite part in prep, getting closer to the shows. And also now it's like the weekly changes are so insane because we need to think like that. Body fat gets lower and lower and lower, and it means the less body fat we have, the more we see 100 grams. Because we need to think like that, 100 grams of body fat, just put 100 grams of chicken on it and compare it in a way. So the more body fat we have, we don't see that 100 grams as much. But when we just have let's say for me, I have about another 2 kg of body fat to lose on my frame, and 2 kg isn't a lot, and just 100 grams of that 2 kgs, very, very, very visible. And now it's also the point where I slowly start to feel the prep, especially the last 2 days, where energy is lower, that is for sure. The energy gets lower, especially towards the evening. So now we're having now 9:30 a.m. So in the morning, midday, it's still alright, but towards the evening, it's getting harder, in a way of doing my steps. To just give you guys an example, getting my steps in, it feels like cardio in a way. My body doesn't want to move. It's I have to walk. And just walking feels a little bit more stressful than usual to my body. It feels I don't really want to do it. That is the thing of you need to think like that. The leaner you get, your body want to conserve energy. It doesn't want you to move. It tells you stay on the couch, don't move. Even basic things of getting up from the couch or getting up from your seat will feel a little harder than usual because your body wants to conserve energy. It doesn't want you to burn energy, because now it's it is that point where there won't be a lot of resources anymore. The leaner you get, once I reach that point of having 1 kg of body fat on my body, above the essential body fat, your body's dude, you have to keep it. Don't move, don't go train, that's why training motivation, all of that goes a little bit down. Posing for me as well, it's I have to force myself. And this is the point now where discipline is everything. The habits needs to be set in place. And it's a matter of just doing it, not thinking, just doing it. And that is the point now, which is starting definitely the last 2 days. I starting to feel it. I tapping now into unsustainable levels of body fat. That is usually for me now going below 67-ish kg is getting definitely below my set point, tapping into body fat levels that aren't sustainable, which are not healthy, where hormonal changes start to occur. I saw a dip in my libido. I see a dip in and that is a dip in testosterone. All of it there, when your libido goes down, when your energy goes lower, it's a dip also of testosterone, which is totally normal. And I'm delaying that. That's the main thing. By not chasing it, it will just come to me. And and the reason why for a lot of people it comes way earlier is because they chase that quite too much. And then I want to go into that's where I'm slowly going into now, or what is slowly coming to me now. Want to have that exactly right now. 1 week out before the first show, the warm-up show, where I will be at around 80-ish% of final conditioning. And then for the Taiwan show, 90-ish, and then for Germany, the month of October will be a hard month. October will be a hard month. There it will be let's go. That will be a hard one in October, where I will have to endure some of the suffering and having all my energy for that ready. And I'm excited for that. So peak week plans is what I'm doing here. I just want to reduce the stress. I want to have everything what I'm doing, but I keep the foods the same, all of it. Just what I'm doing is I'm tracking my sodium intake, I'm tracking my water intake. So my sodium is anywhere around 3.75 to 4.25 grams. My water is 5 liters every day. Why I keep that constant? The main thing here is so my my water is let's say I don't have any water retention this way, right? You probably know when you have way more sodium than usual, or even less than usual, you have some water retention. And by keeping that very constant, my fluid inside my body is like very like constant, so I don't have any water retention. This combined with like lowering my step counts from 10 to 11k towards 5 to 6k. That's, by the way, I'm the most excited about this week. Like, getting steps in Bangkok is quite hard, and 5 to 6k, it feels amazing. Like, I just get up in the morning, do a morning walk, then to the gym, get some steps in, and then like 15-minute evening walk, and I'm done. That is already like reducing a lot of stress for me. And yeah, and just chilling out, like having very low stress. And yeah, and with the carbs, 300 carbs until 3 days out. 3 days out and 2 days out, I will have 400, like a kind of like more carb load. And then 1 day out, 325. So the goal is, for the show, I want to be as full as possible, having no water retention. And by reducing the stress, I reduce the cortisol, all of it, and this will give me, like on show day, like the best look. That is the thing of peak week. You want to have the best look on that date. And the peak week is just about reducing stress. It's no grinding at all. Training will be deload kind of training. I will put the training clips into here. It's 2 day, just 4 movement, the lower body session, or 5 movements on the lower body session, just shortened biased movements, staying away from failure. And why shorten biased movements? Because it causes less inflammation. That's also one thing. I don't want to be inflamed on stage. So more shortened biased movements, and also shortened biased movements, you probably know it, get a better pump in, so the glycogen can get more to the muscle, and it's also less fatiguing. That's why I like more the length. That's why I do so little volume, because I do a lot of length and bias stuff, a lot of partial work. It's also very fatiguing, and that shortened bias stuff doesn't cause as much fatigue. So that is this week what it's all about. Low stress, everything very predictable. And yes, and besides that, flying to Dubai on Thursday. I will document a lot on that. So this is going to be also super exciting on show day. And yeah, that is the plan in regards to the peak week. 67 kg right now on average, tapping into 66s. And I will also give a physique update at the end of it. So training clips and then a physique update 6 days out before the first show of the season, WMBF United Arab Emirates in Dubai. Let's go.
Alright guys, here we go. The second peak week session, I believe, with the lower, no, it was the first session with the lower body session. So yeah, like leg extensions again, I'm staying like away from failure, like 1 to 2 reps in reserve on like the isolation stuff, the movements that are a little bit more taxing, let's say the hip thrust for instance, or like some back movements and so on. There I'd stay like even 2 or 3 reps in reserve. So everything is at the usual. I also avoid like that lengthened part a little bit. I stay a little bit longer within that shortened position, just because, yeah, like that shortened position, especially like that squeezing position, gets us somewhat more of a pump in. And that is also a reason why, like, where we get a better pump in, like the glycogen tends to go in more like this way. We also reducing like the muscle damage in a way by avoiding the lengthened position. So yeah, like easygoing movements in a way. Like here I'm staying away also from failure on that one. Yeah, just not used to it. Like it's not, the execution is okay. It just felt a little bit like, yeah, like also a nice, yeah, chance for me to test out stuff. I'm like that calf press, for instance. Like I really like that one. I might introduce that into like, yeah, the usual training. Like that feels really good. Like not too much like spine exhaustion from that one. So yeah, like that one felt very, very good. Here again, I don't do long pauses on cars. I spend a little bit longer on top than how, like what I would usually recommend. So yeah, like quite easygoing training. Again, I don't take it too easy. I still like, I even still take a little bit of pre-workout. I just like to go into the training sessions focused. I think I say that before again, like I don't enjoy kind of like deload sessions. I still need to be a little bit like excited to go to the gym. I still want to push a little bit. And that's what I'm doing here. Like I don't go too easy. I still push it a little bit. Like 1 or 2 reps in reserve is still somewhat intensive right here. So here now on the leg curls, the lying leg curls, yeah, I'm used to do it such a long time now with my reps, and now 3 straight sets. It felt good. It was very, very nice. And yeah, like here, nothing too special as well. And one thing you can take away from that, again, like when it comes to the peak week training, is like those 3 things, like do more shortened bias movements, nothing to lengthen bias, don't go too hard. And yeah, and like having like, I mean, I'm always having good controlled execution, but during the peak week, like if you don't have that style of training in a way, I would recommend of like, yeah, like having a little bit more, even more focused than usual in regards to like control. Like you just want to get a good pump in, you want to spend a little extra time in that shortened position, so that everything is basically out of the muscle. And if anything, even in this, like especially in this week, you want to avoid any kind of like injury. You don't want to go crazy hard chasing loads whatsoever. It should be a very, very easy going week in a way. So yeah, I already did my final lower body session here yesterday at the hotel, where I just did leg extensions, leg curls, single leg calf raises, and some leg extensions again, just to get good like glycogen into the muscle, and having like full on legs on the show day. And that's also one thing, like why some people worry a little about like, oh, why you train legs 3 days out. The main thing here is we also want to have full legs, like full quads, full hamstrings, and I won't lose any details. That's nothing to worry about, especially if you do like that shortened by stuff. So here's now the posing. That was like, I think it was 6 days out, the posing right here, yeah. I'm very happy with how the physique looks right now. Like for the first show, it's still about 2 kg above my full-on conditioning. So that is very exciting. I suspect that I have gained like half a kg or 1 pound of muscle mass within that 6 months of gaining, which is insane. And that is one thing, like the more we figure out and this was like a very focused off season, like every off season is very focused, but that one especially, I didn't have the injury, I didn't was sick, everything, I know what works for me. And that once getting there, like that leads to like, yeah, like getting more out in like a very short amount of time. So yeah, like I'm always doing my muscularity rounds after training. It just feels good, especially at my gym there in Muscle Factory. It's like good vibes, and like you can just like, yeah, put the clothes off and get the posing down there without anyone saying anything, which is so cool. I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, posing is spot on. I'm very happy with that. Everything here is in a good spot. I hold the pose for about like 10 seconds. Symmetry 10 minutes in the morning. So here I don't do too much stamina, because the stamina is there. The stamina training is in the morning. Here I just like try to hit the poses very smoothly, easy going, the transitionings. I practice also both sides, like on the side and side triceps. So yeah, if the judges want to see both sides, I can hit both sides easily. And yeah, and that is mostly it. So ending this one right here. That is the physique, how it looks. Not at peak conditioning. I feel still which feels weird. Like I go into that first show where I don't feel like a zombie, which is amazing. So yeah, ending it here, guys, and I will see you in Dubai. And we are already in Dubai while you see that voiceover, but the next full-on vlog in Dubai. All right, peace out.